Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Town of Babylon Planning Board meeting. Today is March 6th. We do have one public hearing, so we will begin our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Frank, could you lead us in the pledge, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, Denise, could you take the roll, please? Unmute.
Yep. Patrick Halpin.
Present.
Frank Santos.
Present.
Julianne Nolan.
Present.
Jerry O'Neill is out. Dan Truchin.
Present.
Ed Wynn.
Present.
Juan Leon.
Present.
Rich Groh.
Present.
James Vaccaro. Rich Casey. Matt Esposito.
Present.
Did I get everyone? I did.
Okay, we have a quorum.
We do.
Before we start the public hearing, I just want to read this into the statement. The planning board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the planning board may determine that any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void. I also want to make 2 points to everybody that's here. I understand there's been some information on the internet regarding what this application is about. There are actually 2 applications regarding this site. One application is going to the zoning board, and that's for a Polyon sign to be reviewed by the ZBA. The ZBA is responsible for the signage. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the application is regarding a restaurant, and its related correspondence does not include. This restaurant will not include any live entertainment. The applicant will confirm such and be in compliance with the CNR number 15. You can have copies of all the CNR, which limits entertainment on the premises. Let me just read directly what that condition is. That's the restriction. And this is number 15. There shall be no live music, live entertainment, cabaret, discotheque, or any other similar activity of that nature. So that is the application. So why don't you call the hearing?
Public hearing, site plan review, bar restaurant, job number 22-02AF, Yang Feng LLC, proposes interior alterations to an existing multi-tenant retail building in order to convert a takeout pizzeria and adjacent retail space into a 25-seat Dominican restaurant, along with associated site improvements.
Okay, who's here on behalf of the applicant? Okay, who's going to present the application? Please come up. Please state your name and address for the record.
Yep, my name is Marcela Granada, and I live on 10 Dartmouth Drive, Deer Park, New York.
Are you an attorney?
I'm not.
Okay, do you raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Okay, please proceed.
Okay. Sorry, you said
Okay,
seated
before you start.
Seated, right?
No. Stand up.
Okay, I think you said seated.
No, I said please proceed.
Apologies. I thought you said seated. I'm
please
like,
be
okay.
seated. No, okay, I'm sorry. I should speak more clearly. I apologize.
Apologies.
The Commissioner of Planning, Rachel Scelfo, released a memo regarding this application dated February 28th. Have you had a chance to review this application?
I have that right in front of me, yes.
Do you have any objections, any concerns, anything that you'd like to bring to our attention regarding the conditions, the covenants, and any of the restrictions?
No, I think the conditions seem fair.
So you will comply with all of the covenants and restrictions and the conditions?
Yes.
Okay, please
Happy
proceed.
with the conditions, yeah? Okay, yeah, so as the memo says, this is already it has a CO for a pizza restaurant. All we're doing is removing the pizza and turning this into a Dominican restaurant. Only 25 seats. Again, enough space for parking. There is a lot of parking available as well, so I think that's something that, to note. We have, this is a family-owned business, family that lives in the town of Babylon. They've been wanting to expand here. They have one restaurant already in Long Island, and they just want to be able to bring it to the town where they live and they work. And yeah, we have talked with neighbors around the area as well, and they're happy to have a place of Latin American food in the area as well. So we have gotten very positive reviews on that as well.
Matt, one quick question. Aside from the sign approval that is going for the ZBA, are there any other exceptions that the applicant is looking for at the ZBA, zoning board? I know that, totally unrelated to this, totally unrelated to this application. And that hearing is this Thursday, correct? Okay. Okay, that is a renewable permit. Okay, so we'll be looking at the parking calculations very carefully.
Absolutely.
Hey, do any of the board members have any questions regarding this application? Julianne, no? Anyone?
I would like to also, ask the board if I can have one of the family members that own the business to also speak on their
Please.
behalf. Thank you.
Please come up, state your name, your address.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lillian Venus. We all are part of the town of Babylon. My husband and I have been doing business here for 20 plus years. I'm a realtor. I work at Harbor Light in Amityville. And my husband has a fence company for 20 plus years. We brought my sister to start a restaurant business. That's what she does. That's what she's been doing. And we want to incorporate it to our town. Little did we know it was going to take so much time and so much effort for her to be able to open. She's not bringing noise. We're not bringing any type of disturbance to the community. We just want to serve. That's what we do. That's what we've been doing since we moved from the Dominican Republic 25 years ago. So
By the way, I forgot to swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay,
I
please,
do.
please go on.
So this is a very family-oriented restaurant where we're helping her build. And her goal is just to serve food and sell food. There's nothing wrong with that we think. So we just want her to, we brought her in our community, and we just want her to do her service here too. That's all we ask. And I live in Copiague, my sister, our kids go to school here. Our family's from here. So we just want her to have the opportunity to do what we do best, that is serve the community, to do it here as well.
Do any of the board members have any questions? No? No questions? Dan?
So you're, go ahead. That was actually going to be my question. Can we walk through the site plan?
Please.
Can someone walk us through the site plan for this? And you guys are leasing from the owner of this property, correct?
Yes.
You don't own this property.
Yes.
So you're just going to be leasing those two spaces
Yes.
that you're combining. All right, can someone walk us through the plans themselves?
I'll leave you
Yeah,
with her.
Sorry. So I want to note also there is 3 locales that they took over. But they split one, they put 2 together to make the restaurant. So again, it's spacious enough. And again, it's not taking parking away from anyone. This is, again, for the 3 locales, they have enough of that parking. Sorry. Can't see. Let me see. I can open mine here because I can't really see what's going on over
Okay,
there.
here you go.
Okay, where would you like me to go?
Well, why don't you show us, here you have the subject tenant space, just to walk us through what's going to be there when you're finished.
Yeah, so obviously, you come in, there is gonna be, you will see there was a previous, a sort of a bar area. That's gonna be their area where they're gonna have delivery, so pick up for delivery, so a counter. That counter is going to be there. They're going to obviously have, they're going to serve all the platforms. You're going to have all the platforms so they can do Uber Eats and stuff like that. And then you have your seating area to the right, and you have your, your 25-seat area. Sorry, I can't see there, yep. Thank you. Right, I mean, that's that. You have your kitchen area. Anything you want me to speak directly on the kitchen area?
No, that's the existing kitchen area? Okay, there we go. Here's the front.
Sorry, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Are you doing any improvements to the storefront at all?
Yes, they are doing interior alterations as well, and also just making things look nicer. They want the place to look nicer. They change the appearance and make it look nicer.
So from this view, which two spaces have been combined? Where is that new dividing wall being demolished to create the bigger
Okay.
space?
He will be able to give you better answers if
That is
that's
the map,
okay.
Okay, sure. Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Bobby Singh. My
And
address
your
is
address?
192 Old Westbury Road, Old Westbury.
Okay, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
do.
Okay.
All right, so the place we're going to be taking over is hold on, let me look at it. Can you go back?
Sure. Matt, you'll pull that up. Thank you.
So where the shaded box is and the one next to it. What is it? Yeah, this one and this one is going to be one store. Actually, they made the alterations on this one already. It's not from before. So you see the pizza and the Boca Tanning?
Yes.
Those are combined into one spot.
So the doors are staying in their current locations?
No. They moved. So this is the current door right here. Those two doors are going to be there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? No? Frank?
What are the hours of operation?
Starting 11 a.m. to probably 11 p.m. Weekends probably Friday, Saturday, maybe until 1. Depends on if we get crowd.
Okay. Any other questions? One? No? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can anyone who spoke just turn in a card? Can you turn in the card, please?
Yeah, that helps if you fill out that card and give it to Matt.
Yeah, this is mine. No, this is mine. Thank you. Nice to see you.
So just fill out that card with your name and address. Is there anyone here that would like to address the board? The lady behind you, sir, then you'll follow her. You have your arm up first. All right. Just give Matt the card. Thank you. And please state your name and address.
Good evening. My name is Sherry Levinson. My address is 74 Quail Run Drive.
Okay, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Please proceed.
Thank you. So about 2 years ago, I was inside that restaurant. I was taken inside by, then I think, the person who was renting the premises. I don't remember the person's name. When you go into those doors there, if you can enlarge the picture of the front, there was a space on the right-hand side.
Okay, hold on, let's pull it up. Matt, can you do that? There we go.
I believe there was a second sign at that time, and they were forced to take down the sign. At that time, when I addressed the gentleman, he was explaining to me that he wanted a 25-seat restaurant, and that the other section was going to be a hookah bar.
Okay, I'm glad you straightened that word out.
Right, not hooker,
Glad you
hookah bar.
clarified that, thank you.
So
A hookah bar.
Right. And that it was going to be a gentleman's club for cigar smoking and drinks if they got a liquor license and so on and so forth. So I wanted to know if that's going to happen, if not now, in the future. That's question number one. Question number two is I don't see how you have enough parking because, and we all, some of us in the community go into the nail salon and the other strip that's there, and we live right behind that place. We're in Quail Run, where it's a private gated community. I'd like to know where the additional parking is going to be because the street on Brandywine, after 6 o'clock, you can't park there. So also my concern is if it's a family restaurant and it's going to be open on the weekends to 1 o'clock, that's a little late for a family-style restaurant, I think. So I'm questioning that. My other question is the front of the restaurant had panels on it that was put up. I was told that those panels are coming down. I hope so, because I believe that's a violation, as you cannot see into the storefront or the side. And I believe that's dangerous to the community, because you have to be able to see what's inside of a storefront. God forbid if something ever happens, they get held up, they get robbed. Police can't see into that, and I believe that's a state law now. I could be wrong, but I believe because of a previous incident where people had robbed people and killed people, the police couldn't see into it, so they made that change to the law. Additionally, underneath, I don't know what you want to call it, the bulkhead going across, it was falling down, it was dangerous. At the time, I spoke to the Department of Building, and they cited them for that. And I'd like to make sure that that's sturdy and that's not going to fall down and injure anybody in the community. We want a Dominican restaurant. We look forward to a Dominican restaurant in our neighborhood because we don't have many restaurants, so we welcome that. We just want to make sure that the community is safe, that the residents are safe, that nobody's parking on those streets after hours that would disturb the other residents in the back of Quail Run. And we just want to know what's going to happen. And can all that change after you pass your zoning laws? And can they then go in and change those things because of the side of the restaurant? So we are concerned about that for the community. And thank you.
Thank you very much for coming down this evening. Let's see, sir?
Peter Van Zant, 76 Quail Run, Deer Park.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I swear.
And give Matt your card if you
Okay.
don't mind.
My concern was similar. I noticed
Okay,
that...
hold on for a second. Let's just get the room's attention.
My concerns were similar, that I noticed that they were covering all the windows, and I heard the rumors of, strip bar, cigar bar. Doesn't have to do with them, but in the past, there was a gambling hall in the basement. So I was wondering, one, are they going to keep the windows covered? Because to me, that seems odd. Two, if they're going to have, if it's going to be catered out, if there's going to be any type of parties besides a restaurant. And, the basement was used for parties and gambling in the past. I know this is a new family and a new business, but those are the concerns living right there. And I run around the neighborhood at night and, I see what's going on, late at night in the past. So that was my concerns with the windows being covered up and stuff. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else that would like to address the board? Sir, come on up. Would you give Matt your card, please?
I just read my question first.
Just put your name and address on there. Okay, state your name and address for the record.
John Allen, 23 Summerfield Court, Deer Park.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I just got done doing this for 27 years, now I get to be sworn in. Yes, I swear to tell the truth.
Okay, well, thank you for your service. How many years?
27 years.
Why'd you retire?
Had enough.
Okay, that's a good enough reason.
It was time to go.
I got you.
I'm addressing a lot of the major concerns they had too. I think a lot of them are put to rest. One of the big questions again was that if it is a family-style restaurant, why are we open till 1 o'clock in the morning if they're not going to be some type of an entertainment? We are in Quail Run. They said they reached out. I don't know if they reached out to the Quail Run community, which can be a very big asset to them. There's over 350 homes there. So, we do have individual condo boards and a homeowners association. So the cooperation would be phenomenal between the two parties. We're also wondering about the entrances. Are there going to be entrances on the front and the side? Will there be dining on the patio? And another question is the zoning. I know there's a zoning hearing on Thursday. I mean, I could try to come, but what are they actually trying to get the zoning for?
Let me just ask our attorney, counsel. The question is specifically, what is the application before the zoning board?
I haven't reviewed the application, but my understanding is it's for a pylon sign
Okay.
for the shopping center in general. So it's unrelated to the approval of this restaurant tonight, and it's something that'll be heard Thursday. You can attend that
Right.
hearing. So I don't know what the content of that sign
Okay.
is, but the ZBA would be happy to
Right, because,
look at the
yeah,
plans for those
right. Well,
signs.
I understand certain businesses can only have certain signage. You have to get a rezone to get a bigger
Well,
sign.
there are
Right.
size dimensional
Right, right.
requirements, restrictions that will be
read, like, the
imposed.
sign?
So if a sign's a little bigger, they need to get the town to review that and get a variance approval for
Okay.
that signage. That's separate, that'll be later.
Thank you.
This is for the interior modification and the new restaurants that's proposed.
Okay, Denise has the actual application information.
So the sign
For
for Thursday, it's permission to diminish distance from north property line from 10 feet to 5 feet, diminish distance from west property line from 10 feet to 5 feet, all in connection with the erection of a directory sign. So that's just for the sign.
Yeah, we kind of fall through the cracks back there, because I know it's probably, it's an industrial area, but we have 350 condominiums back there, so the parking is a premium, coming in and out the traffic. We've already dealt with the new mall that's back in there in Tanger, and we also have had instances with people on Cormac Road. So it's a community that's, we're really tight, and we're just worried about things. Like you said, we welcome your business. Absolutely. We're always looking for, as you can tell, I like to eat out, so.
I hear their food is really good. No, I haven't heard that, but I'll be there to check it out.
But yeah, everybody else pretty much answered the questions. We just wanted to make you aware. Like I said, the big thing is there going to be outside dining? And again, the big question is, if they're open till 1 in the morning, I mean, that's kind of a question mark as to what's really going to be going on there. We have to be pretty strict on that.
Fair enough. Okay.
That's it? Oh, are they going to have a liquor license?
I would presume so, but that is a separate application. That's
Okay, that's just,
It's a
okay. All right.
restaurant. But we'll ask
said
the
they have to
applicant
apply.
that question.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Was there somebody else who wanted to speak to the board? No? Okay, can we ask the applicant, the two of you, to come back up? Okay, you heard the questions,
Yes,
correct?
absolutely.
So let's talk about them for a second.
course.
Do you plan on having outside dining of some kind?
Yeah, please.
Sure, come on up.
We're planning on having like a steam table where people can come buy food and just take it. And then we're not planning on having an outside dining.
You're not planning on
Everything will
outside?
have 25 seat, more of the.
Speak right into the microphone. Go ahead.
More of the food that we are planning to bring is for people that are out, let's say, shopping, get hungry. There's not a lot of places to sit down and eat or grab and go. So that's what our big plan is, to bring food and people can take it to go or people can sit down and eat it. But as an outside, I guess when it's nice in the summer, you want to sit down, maybe have food outside or eat a pizza outside. That's up to whoever comes and buy the food. But our main plan is to sit everybody inside, and if someone wants to buy lunch and take it, that's our main business plan.
Thank you.
We're not going to harm the community. That's not the plan here. It's just to serve. And our culture is very rich in a lot of things, and one of the main things is the food. So that's all my sister's been trying to get for 2 years. That's simple. We just want to, and when she comes, we all come. Everybody's gonna love her because all we do is serve. We don't do harm to the communities.
Any other questions? No? Did you want to add something? Go ahead.
No, I mean, I know the rumors about the hookah bar and all that stuff. I mean, that's not true. That's not what's happening at all. You know, this is, again, just going to be a family restaurant. You know, if they're worried about the panels and the shading and something that we can talk, you know, if that's the case, I don't think that, you know, if they were existing, not something that we plan to have there. You know, and, you know, again, I know your concerns is about the hours, but we're trying to do more like a takeout kind of place as
Now,
well.
it says here on the plan, the existing masonry veneer coverings, storefront glazing to be removed completely.
There you go.
Okay.
And in regards
that's
to like the hours, I think it's more to serve, again, you know, we are using various like Uber Eats platforms, takeout food. And it will be a lot of a bulk of our business. People just want to order, they want to take out. So we want to be able to take advantage of that.
Thank you.
Can you confirm the hours? I think we heard earlier some concern about late night hours, but there was some testimony that it was expected this restaurant would only operate from 11 to 11.
Right, and that's the plan, 11 to 11. Yeah.
So I have a question.
Dan?
So, the space that you guys are renting, is the patio part of your leased space on the side?
The patio, yeah.
Sure, come on
There
up.
you go. He's
the owner of the building.
The owner of the property?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you please state your name and address for the record?
Yeah, my name is Jiang Yum Zin.
Please, go ahead, finish the address.
Yeah, my address 6 Hickory Hill Road, Dex Hill, New York, 11746.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, please.
Yes. The patio, when I bought the building, is already there. The previous owner did it. And also, I want to know the sign, you know, when I've been there I'm in there about 20 years already. I own the liquor store. This June gonna be 13 years. So the guy never did a sign. So I knew it's not a customer because the people driving from the Grand Boulevard, they cannot see me. Because right next to me is the daddy. They was the building need to follow me, my building, because nobody can see me if he can close. So I apply for the sign for everybody, you know, like Leo Salon.
Are you the building owner?
Yes.
Okay. So is the actual patio part of their lease, or is it part of just the whole property as a whole? And it's for all the tenants' use?
Yeah, all tenant use. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
great.
Not only, yes.
Perfect. That's all I needed to know.
Yes. So I know the most people here. I know all my customers. They all my customers. You know what I mean? I mean.
That's all right, we're one big family here.
Yes, but you know, we don't do anything wrong with Sambo. It's just this, you know, I want a restaurant there. You know, like I say, I've been owning a restaurant for many years.
Yes.
You know, so I don't know why we getting. I don't know, Bobby. He does.
We thank you.
Yes.
We know you want to do the right thing.
Thank you.
And you're going to be coming this Thursday to get to go talk about the sign.
Thank you. All right.
As you heard, that is not what we're here for tonight. Okay. But thank you for coming.
I just need your card.
Okay, give that to Dan. Okay, you have another question? Okay.
So,
Okay.
Me? Yeah. Sorry, I don't know your name. So here's my question. The exits and the entrances, will there be designated one entrance and two emergency exits, or how are you planning to do that?
I wish I could answer that to you better, but my sister should be here today. She's at the hospital, and she couldn't make it. So I'm trying to give you the best answers I have. I know she has side entrance and front entrance. I understand that the door that's going to be used is the front entrance, and the side entrance is just going to be, as you mentioned, maybe an emergency.
Perfect.
Things like that.
Great.
Go ahead.
My next question is, when is all the food going to be prepared on site? Like, you're going to be cooking all the food? You're going to get
Yes,
delivered?
we have she spent a lot of money on kitchen gadgets and all that stuff, and everything is going to be it's going to be a chef, and everything is going to happen inside.
And then the other location that they already have a restaurant is where?
No, she used to have one in New Hyde Park. So she sold that one to invest because we all here, all the families here in the town of Babylon, we encourage her to come and do her business here. So she's gonna hopefully start, after 2 years, she's gonna start and be able to open. And we all gonna be there.
Thank you.
One more question, and we'll be right back. Would you agree to restrict the hours of operation as to, and make that, we can make that part of the conditions from 11
I mean,
to
it's
11?
definitely something, you know, I guess the owner not being here was definitely that's something that we'll discuss
Okay,
with her, and
you'll speak to her and
if
then
that's one of your concerns, absolutely.
Talk to the planning department.
If that's what's gonna take, we'll definitely do that.
Okay. Thank you. Somebody over here who hasn't addressed the board yet? That might raise the, oh, you have to come up. Okay. Sorry.
Hi, my name is Joanne O'Sullivan, and I live at 23 Green Meadow Court, Deer Park.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do. I just wanted clarification on the hours. Someone told me that you did just make a statement as to clarification on the hours of business.
What was discussed on the record was something in the neighborhood of 11 to 11.
And on the weekends, it's not 11 to 1 a.m.?
Well, that's a question we're going to ask.
Okay. And someone else, I'm sorry, had a question about the parking.
Matt, you said the parking analysis has not been completed just yet. Is that correct? This is our chief planner.
We're still working out whether or not they need a parking variance or maybe a minor parking variance based on not really in the basement area storage.
All right, so the answer is we're going to look at the parking very, very carefully.
Okay.
And
thank you.
we'll make sure.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. If you
Parking in the front of the store is not.
okay, I'm sorry. You have to come up. Everything here is recorded, it's broadcast. All of your family and relatives all over the world will be seeing you if you want them to tune in. So if you're going to state your
Sherry
name again for the
Levinson.
record.
For the record, 74 Quail Run Drive.
And your question is?
The parking is not adequate. If you look at the picture again, there's only a certain amount of parking spaces for Stan's Liquor and for the nail salon. So if you're saying a 25-seat restaurant, which is terrific, let's assume, for argument's sake, that 25 people in their cars are coming to the restaurant, which I hope they do. Where are they going to park? And again, there's no parking on Brandywine after 6 p.m.
All right. Your point has been made. We will look at that very, very carefully.
So
All of
when
this
will
is
we
part of
know
the
what
record.
happens with that and what will be done?
Well, there are requirements in our laws and our ordinances regarding parking. It has to do with the square footage of the restaurant, so.
I was
That's
told
been
at
looked
one point that they were possibly being able to park in one of the buildings, the commercial property over there. I'd like to know if that's been considered.
It will be considered. The purpose of this hearing is to get all of the questions from the public
Okay.
and also the board.
Well, we're concerned about the area and the congestion that it might be for us.
Understood.
And again, we're also concerned about 1 o'clock on the weekend.
Yep. That is
So we
noted.
would like a firm commitment that it's not going to be until 1 o'clock, because a family restaurant does not operate until 1 o'clock.
That will be confirmed, and there'll be certain restrictions on this property. For example, the use is not to allow any entertainment, so those concerns are out. The parking analysis hasn't been finalized yet. There's a formula for this use in the entire building. And once planning determines the number of spots required for this use, requirement that whatever those restrictions are have to be adhered to, otherwise it's a violation that could be actionable. So, and planning will get the parking and the hours and everything firmed up, and then everyone will know exactly what the application is before there's a vote by this board.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, for a second, if you look at the site plan, there are 43 parking stalls provided on the property. That's in both the front yard of the building and in the rear of the building. 43 parking stalls exist on the property. The reason why we do not know at the current time whether or not they need a parking variance is because we're working out some errors or typos in the actual parking calculations on the plans. When we get that corrected, their required parking stalls might be a little bit higher than 43. It may be 44, 46, 47. If there is that deficiency, then they will have to make an application to the Zoning Board of Appeals to obtain a parking variance. If they do, it appears that it would be a relatively minor parking variance for a handful of stalls. But on the site plan and on the site, there are 43 parking stalls. There are also 4 tenancies in this building, all of them with different hours of operation. So one would assume that, different uses will utilize the property at different times, therefore opening parking stalls for other users.
Okay, thank you, Ben.
Okay.
Thank you
One
very
last
much.
question.
Sure.
Do we have any kind of assurances going forward that anything that is done to the building will be done up to code and that you won't have summonses slapped on the building again and stopping? Because some of
Okay,
the
yeah,
stuff
ma'am, you
was
have
not up
address
to
the board.
code.
You have to address the board.
I'm sorry, some of the stuff was not up to code, and the Department of Buildings have been there numerous times to stop it. So do we have assurances in the community that everything will be up to snuff? And because, again, those brown slats, or whatever you want to call them, they were put up. They were never there for the pizzeria, so they were put up by the people who are now trying to do another restaurant.
As you just heard from Mr. Casey, all of these conditions, and that's one of them, that they have to be removed.
I understand they have to be removed. My question is, going forward, will everything be done properly with the proper building permits in hand
there'll
so
be
that the community can be assured that the structure will be safe to people coming in and also the people going in from the community? We want a safe building.
And so do we.
Okay.
I'm sure so do the restaurants. Know that if there's a building permit, and there will inevitably be a building permit, the final certificate of occupancy will not be given until all of the conditions are met, and there'll be multiple inspections.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. All right, anybody else? All right,
Put my address on this thing too? Or
your address
I
too.
just tell you right now?
No, you have to write it down. Yeah, because we have to, Denise has got the task of going
I
through
got you.
all of this and making sure the addresses and the names are right. Okay, you need a pen? Okay, thank you. Please state your name and address.
My name is John Carlos Diaz. It's 446 S. Wellwood, Lyndhurst, New York.
Okay. I just swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Please, go ahead.
All the concerns that they have, the town, the community, that's great. They bring it to you guys. You guys say, okay, you want a restaurant? Beautiful. These are the conditions.
Right.
We either take it or don't take it at all. So if you guys come to a town saying, okay, let's make it from 11 to 10, Monday to Friday, and, weekend, maybe throw another hour in there. Because at the end of the day, in the weekend, that's where the restaurants make more money, Saturday, Sunday, depending on the time and what kind of business it is. We do that. We do what the town says, what the community says, so we can be there. We're here to do the right thing, the right way, the legal way. We don't do nothing behind, we haven't been here for 20-some years doing illegal things. Obviously, something we're doing is correct, the legal way. So whatever they got, beautiful, we'll bring, we'll do exactly that just so we can have it running. Any concerns they have, if they wanted at 10 o'clock, we'll do 10 o'clock. They want 11, I guarantee you, the ones they say you live
no,
right,
you have to
right
address
down the
that.
block. Sorry, I just like to. They'll probably be there more than anyone else because once they're there, they're gonna know what type of people are, what type of food, how they get treated, which is excellent. So I'm telling you right now.
Good.
That's
Thank you
pretty
very
much
much. Thank you for coming.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay. Is there anyone else that would like to address the board that hasn't spoken yet? Okay. Matt, where are we with this application? Okay, we're going to extend the record to March 22nd, 27th, which means that if anybody has any additional, anything they'd like to bring to our attention, they could send it via email to the planning board. So, Julianne, you want to extend the record to the 27th of March? Jimmy, second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much for coming down this evening. We're going to shut off the live stream, and we're now going to go into our work session.